And a very good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us today for our webinar. My name is Sandy Elson, and on behalf of the travel professional community and homebasedtravelagent.com, I want to welcome all of you and thank you for taking time out of your busy day to join us today. We're very happy to welcome our host, Outside Agents. Our speaker today is Chad Burt, co-owner of Outside Agents. A lifelong entrepreneur, Chad has spent the past 20 years helping hundreds of agencies grow their business through his role as a technology and business development consultant. Chad is currently co-owner of OutsideAgents.com, a nationally recognized host agency with over 3,800 members. Outside Agents was just named the fastest growing large agency in America for the second time in the past 3 years. So we really congratulate them for that. Chad's topic today is We're More Google than IBM. Are you? Before we get started, please remember that you are all muted, but we welcome your questions. You can type in your questions at any time in the question area you see on the right-hand side of your screen. At the end of the presentation, we will get to as many questions as we can. So let's turn the microphone over to Chad so he can get started. Welcome, Chad.
Hi, thanks so much, Sandy. Real pleasure to be here, and thanks for that introduction. Folks, I really appreciate everybody being here. I know how busy everybody is, so I just want to jump right into the middle of this and make this a quick, brief, informative, useful presentation for you. First thing I want to do is kind of piggyback on Sandy's introduction of me, and I've been a serial entrepreneur since I've been in fourth grade. My first business in fourth grade, I was in elementary school, and a guy came around and taught us how to do calligraphy. This was way back in the day before inkjet printers and publisher and all that great stuff when you had to kind of do it by hand. And I went to my mom's boss. She had just become a travel agency, and I went to a Mr. Bob Pollock, and I told him, hey, man, the labels on your brochure racks are ugly. And I was right, because he had terrible handwriting. And I said that I told him, I says, hey, for 50 cents, I'll do short names of short countries, and for $1, I'll do long countries. And he hired me, and in that day, I made $35 whole, and I was king of the world in fourth grade with those $35 in my pocket. So I hopped on my bicycle, and I went to every other travel agency in town. And for the next 2 years, I was the go-to guy for brochure labels in Arroyo Grande, California. So I've been having small businesses since I was a little kid, many, if not most of them, in and around the travel industry. So it's from that perspective that Steve Maraca, my business partner, and myself started to build this business. He has an extensive background in a frontline sales management role, group coordinator, agency director, and so on. My background was more in the business development, marketing, and technology development. At the end of the day, though, Steve and I are both very much of the Google mindset. Well, what does that mean? Well, first of all, we're very organic. We've been family owned and operated since 1992, and since that time, there's been no doors in our office to speak of. We sit in a big open office, and much like I kind of picture what they call the Google mothership, their big headquarters, we sit in a big open office and we talk. We get things done. We exchange ideas. There's no idea or serious concept of hierarchy in my office. Everybody owns their position. Everybody does a great job, and we're very much about asking for forgiveness rather than permission, as I think most entrepreneurial type organizations are and should be. In my staff, we have hundreds of years of combined experience, so I really trust in them to get things done for you and get them done well. And it's been this organic, person-centric philosophy that has led us to not only be recognized as the fastest growing large agency 2 out of the past 3 years here in America, but it's also contributed, and this is key, this is very key to my presentation today. This background has led us to a point where we are able to provide 8 consecutive years of per agent revenue gains of 32% or more. The fact that we're growing should be irrelevant to you guys as agents. The much more important point to you folks as agents should be the fact that we're doing something right, and that our per agent revenue is up so dramatically, so consistently over such a long period of time. So it's a very important point, and it's because of that kind of focus and that kind of per agent growth, I believe, that has led us to a point where we're bringing on a half dozen to a dozen new agents a day over half of which come by referral from another agent. So think about that for just a moment. We have the resource to go out there and do marketing blitzes across the entire travel agency distribution channel, and we don't. Over half of our business comes from referrals, which is a fact I'm very proud of. And that's led us to where we are today with over 3,800 travel professionals working with our organizations. And let me make another key point here. When I say 3,800, I'm not talking about names on a list. I'll tell you a down and dirty inside fact. We've gotten rid of 9,000 agents in just the past 2 years. We have a requirement that you sell anything every 6 months. It's not a huge threshold, but it keeps the consumer posing as an agent out of our community and leaves us with 3,800 individuals who, to one degree or another, could be part-time, full-time, we don't know, but to one degree or another are pursuing the development of their travel business. But at the end of the day, what we strive to be, much like Google, we strive to be a total solution. We don't want to just bring you the business model that we have determined will work for you. Rather, we want to be a buffet. And we're going to give you a plate, and you guys go decide what you want to put on there and what you want to go do with it. At the end of the day, we want to offer you a palette from which you can draw paints to paint whatever picture you want in terms of the business that you envision. So at the end of the day, we're very much a meat and potatoes, nuts and bolts organization that's solution oriented, and we want to be your total solution. So what is our perspective? What are we trying to do to drive your success? At the end of the day, the most important thing to us is that you run your business, not the other way around. We're not here to dictate anything to you. We want to be results driven. What works for you works for us. We want to leverage the cloud, the technology cloud nowadays, because who does business on their local machine anymore? You know, the technology has progressed to the point nowadays where hand coding and hardcore technology people in dark rooms with no windows writing code to make nifty things is no longer needed. Okay, we're able to leverage the new technology environment, build everything in what they call a cloud-based widget environment, meaning I can bring together a lot of best-of-breed technology very quickly for you folks in a very dynamic way that makes it very accessible and very adaptable to your business purposes. We also want to leverage the crowd. We're the only host that I know of that built our entire back office around a social networking concept, which does not mean that it's a giant Facebook page, and it does not mean it's a giant gossip shop. Rather, what it means is that you have over 1,100 unique visitors a day from 3,800 fellow travel professionals that are visiting this portal and interacting with each other, posting questions, sharing answers, having discussions, joining clubs, liking content, making friends, seeing what their friends like. In other words, really, really immersing yourself in the professional crowd of fellow agents out there to try to develop your business. Another key tenet of our organization is that we like to think outside of the box. If building a business was something that happened inside of a box, somebody would have put a bow on it already and been selling that. We don't believe that there's a business in a box solution. Everything should be unique to you in terms of the elements that you want to aggregate out of our offerings to build your business the way you want it to be. Also core to our business philosophy is that you own your results. We're not going to steal your clients. We're not going to try to mine your data. We're not going to try to keep you from leaving us. In fact, one of our key tenets is that we make it as easy for you to leave as it was to sign up, which is counterintuitive in today's business world. But our thought is this: if we're doing a good job, you're not going to leave. So by keeping that exit as easy for you as possible, it kind of makes us have to do a good job. It's kind of an old school philosophy, but it's worked for us pretty well. At the end of the day, though, we want you to be unique and we want you to stand out so that your clients have not just a positive impression of you, but a positive impression of the travel agency or the travel agent as a whole. We want to give you everything you need to get out there and do extremely well and stand out from the crowd. And really, this comes down to making bold moves. And you have to make bold moves as a business owner, and we're here to help you do that. It's one of the reasons that Steve and I make ourselves available to you here at the office with direct access to us, our cell phones, we don't care. Because at the end of the day, when you're making bold moves, you should be able to talk to your business partner. And I would argue that if you can't, then that's probably a problem. So we're here to help you run your business, be bold, and make moves that are going to help you stand out and therefore succeed. So what do we do to help you with that? Well, like I just mentioned, first of all, we're going to give you Steve and mine's personal cell phone numbers. Okay, why is that important? We're one of the 3 largest hosts in North America. Okay, it'd be real easy for Steve and I to go sit in the ivory tower and wait for a receptionist to bring us messages. I don't think that's how business gets done for a lot of people. I think in my world that a business partner is maybe just a notch down from a spouse, in the sense that if I can't talk to them on a regular basis, I might need to find another one. So, we're definitely committed to being accessible and working with you folks. And that's in addition to the full office support that we provide. Accounting, groups, ticketing, technology, marketing, you name it, we do it on the backside for you. So that those things that would benefit from economies of scale, we do. Those things that need the personal touch, you do. So we take you away from worrying about accounting and commission reconciliation and group breakdowns and all that fun stuff, and let you focus in on what you really wanted to do. Now, that is sell and service your clients. So we're going to handle everything on the backside for you. Also, everything that we do is fully customized and fully branded as you. Our big goal in life is to remain completely invisible to your clients. Okay? We want to build your brand. Okay? This isn't a song about us. This is about you. And so everything we do is designed to paint you as the brand, to paint you as the machine that's delivering such value, and not us. And that's another reason that we offer the one-on-one business development support that we do. Again, it's important to us that you get out there and communicate with us. And we have the only free mentoring program in the industry today. We're more accessible than any other host agency owners out there, because at the end of the day, that one-on-one business development effort is going to pay off in spades for you, because you're going to build your brand over time, and we're all going to profit from that. We also have a brand new program that we just rolled out called My Out of Office Genie that gives you support for your clients for emergencies while you're out of the office. So you can actually, and you guys are going to love this, you can actually go on vacation and enjoy yourself, instead of worrying about where's my next Wi-Fi hotspot, where's my internet connection. I've got to have my phone on me so that I can take care of my clients in case there's a cancellation or other emergency, time-sensitive emergency that comes up. So we offer support on myriad levels, such that you can, again, focus in on enjoying yourself, taking care of your clients, getting out there and enjoying the benefits of being a travel agent, and not having to worry about all the details. And then all of this is in addition to the incredible peer-to-peer support that is offered every single day in our back office social environment. So what else do we do? Well, at the end of the day, this is about making money. This is about, profits. So in our organization, you can earn up to 90% of all commissions. This is important. This is why I typed all in all capitals, because we're going to pay your commission split on all overrides, tour conductors, bonuses, marketing overrides. Everything that we can track at a booking level, you're going to get your split of. And we don't play any silly little games in terms of back-end overrides that are cloaked to you. Every dime, nickel, and penny is presented on the front end, and if we can track it back to a booking, an individual booking, you're going to get your split on it. Combine that with the fact that we're at top commission tiers with nearly every vendor on the planet, and you definitely have a raw revenue opportunity there that's just fantastic. In addition, we have no required fees. Okay, we do have some products that do have a fee associated with them, but there's a free alternative to them, and they're optional, and they're month to month. So anything that you might pay for is very flexible, but the core program, including everything that you need to get out there and compete and succeed, is offered to you for free, because we want you to spend your money on building your business. If I get charged by the agent, I got to pass that cost through to you. If I don't, then I don't have to pass that cost on to you, and I'm just going to give it to you. But at the end of the day, the bottom line is that you should be investing in your business rather than on the recurring revenue stream of your host partner. In addition to raw cash, flat commission splits and whatnot, um, we have focused our business model on offering you tools to maximize your efficiency so that you can do more and earn more. Okay, so it's not just about raw dollars, it's how much time and effort it takes you to get to that raw dollar. So towards that end, we've offered you Power Agent, which is a tool that's powered by Revilex. It is very expensive if you go buy it on your own. Through us, we include it for free. We include it for free because it's a fully integrated client relationship management platform and booking research and fulfillment tool that allows you to book all types of travel in a one-stop shop environment. Now, for those of you that have been in the business for a while, you know that being able to book all types of travel is different than booking everything that's available in the world, because not all vendors connect to technology platforms the same way. There might be a few of them out there that aren't connected, but every major vendor on the planet is available to you in Power Agent. And within Power Agent, you have that client management functionality such that you can take notes, you can set reminders, you can build quotes, you can send them custom quotes. I'll give you an example. In Power Agent, I can go in, I can create a client, I can research every major cruise line on the planet, see inside, outside, balcony, and suite pricing, make my selections, apply rate code adjustments, examine group space inventory that we have available for you. I can create a quote that's going to have a marketing blurb, a detailed itinerary, a picture of their accommodations, a picture of the ship or property, a note for me and pricing, and kick it out to the client in under 60 seconds. A new agent that maybe hasn't been doing as long as I have might take them a minute and 10 to a minute and 20 seconds. But just using cruise as an example, it books all types of travel, but just using cruise as an example, you can see how powerful it is to be able to go in and research multiple vendors across multiple categories and generate a quote, fire it off to a client in a format that looks good, looks professional, and get it to them so quickly, rather than making half a dozen different phone calls and trying to go look at different websites and go into individual vendor websites and try to hop around and compare around. It's just a quicker, faster, more efficient process. We also offer you My Booking Genie, which is a product we came out with about 9 months ago that is a microsite generator that's designed to really facilitate group bookings. It works for individual bookings, but in particular for group bookings, it's very strong, because what it allows you to do is go out and create a microsite with a marketing blurb from you, a little introduction, a detailed itinerary of any type, land, cruise, tour, all-inclusive, doesn't matter. And then you can offer pre- and post options in addition to ancillary products and services, all on one page, where the pricing, the cancellation, the deposit requirements, all your legal ease is presented there for you in a cohesive environment. On these microsites, we also have social network integration, which means that your clients can promote your group bookings for you. I'll tell you a quick example, and while this is completely exceptional, it doesn't happen but once in 100 times, but I'm just, as an example, an agent of ours went out and had a 10-cabin college graduation cruise set up. Went and used my Booking Genie. Within a week, they had 108 cabins, because you know how college students are with Facebook. It went nuts. But even if nobody books an additional cabin using My Booking Genie, at least your brand has been promoted and you've presented your product in a professional, well-defined way to your client. And then your client can go in and actually create a booking request for you, where they can put in their options, their selections, pre and post options, ancillary products, their credit card billing information, everything you need to process the booking without ever getting on the phone. So using My Booking Genie, we're taking you away from 8 to 16 different phone calls for a given group for each payment they have to make, where you get to write down credit card numbers one booking at a time. We're taking you away from that, automating that process, and letting you focus in on servicing that group, those little special touches that are going to make your client come back to you. We also offer Engagement, which is a free email and direct mail marketing platform that allows you to deliver fully branded and customized email and direct mail marketing on the fly with no required costs above postage if you use direct mail. But again, email will be totally free. We also just started off offering what I affectionately refer to as Moog, and that's my out of office genie. Like I mentioned before, it's an opportunity for you to let our inside staff, all of whom have 10 plus years experience in the business, take care of your clients for you while you're gone. It was just yet another product that we developed based on input from our agents, who the vast majority were telling us, yeah, this is all great. You guys are doing a great job. I'm just so busy, and I wish I could take a vacation without having to worry about my clients. Well, this lets you do that. So we have a lot of tools that are there to help maximize your efficiency. But again, at the end of the day, we reduce the amount of time that it takes to make a booking. We improve efficiencies. We get you top tier commissions. And so your revenues are going to increase. Right? And then we give you real-time commission tracking and business intelligence so that you can see what's going on with your bookings. You can see what you booked, what you do to be paid, what you've been paid, year-over-year revenue growth. You can see a lot of stuff about your business all in one place. So it's pretty cool, pretty slick. We also are marketing fanatics. Look, at the end of the day, I really love what I do. I truly get a kick out of building small businesses. It's just a habit or an addiction of mine, if you will. I really enjoy it. And one of the key tenets of our program is I don't get paid till you do. I don't make a dime until you do. And the way we start making money is by marketing. So obviously, we have a very strong focus on marketing for you, and that's why we offer you the engagement program I just described. That's in addition to custom marketing plans. Between Steve and I don't want to say we've heard and seen it all in terms of travel marketing, but we sure have seen a lot of it. And so anytime an agent wants to kick around some ideas and maybe try to solidify a marketing plan, we're here to help. You know, as I said earlier, we're a big believer that there is no cookie cutter solution to building a successful travel business. And so, you know, again, towards that end, we're probably the most forthcoming with one-on-one consultations, guidance, and coaching of any host out there. We have a free mentoring program where we have seasoned agents who will sit down and work with you, give you direct access to the owners. We give you direct access to each other. It's very, very much a collaborative environment that's designed to help you get outside of the box and build a business that's different from everybody else in the industry. Towards that end, you know, once we kind of get to know you as an agent, and we know that are we taking a look at some business marketing ideas that you have, we have lots of co-op that we're happy to share with our agents as an investment in our mutual benefit, you know, down the road. We very much look at those co-op opportunities as a way that we can both build our businesses long term. And again, I mentioned my booking genie is huge from a marketing perspective, in as much as it allows you to let your clients get out there and market you for free. Pretty cool. And then, of course, training. We just received last year the travel industry's equivalent of an Oscar, the Magellan Award, for our training offerings. So what are we doing that's noteworthy or so highly regarded that we get a Magellan Award? Well, first of all, we have over 1,000 hours of on-demand training available for you. This is in addition to what the vendors already offer, okay, our destination-specific institutions. This is all custom training we've developed. Within that 1,000 plus hours, we also have, as far as I know, the only live Meet Your BDM series in the industry today. For those of you who have been in the industry for a while, or perhaps been in a retail office, you know what it was like when your sales rep would come in from a vendor and share with you, lunch, cookies, and that kind of stuff, which we can't replace virtually. But arguably, more importantly, they brought you in up-to-the-minute information and shared that with you. And so within that 1,000 hours of training that ranges from social media to sales to product to destination to vendor, we also have these virtual sales calls that allow you to get to know your sales rep and kind of connect with them and the most current information that they have available for you. We also offer an average of 6 to 7 live webinars every single week. Again, recorded is great. It's certainly, the way of the future, so to speak. But there's no replacement for some live interaction, so we do offer quite a bit of that. We also offer FAM, Seminar at Seas, on-site training. We have our own dedicated training facility here on site where you guys can come in and visit us for a couple of days, where we do sales boot camps, new agent boot camps, luxury boot camps, all kinds of boot camps for you. And then we get you on ships and property inspections and all that, because at the end of the day, it's your product knowledge that's going to be one of the foundations of your success. So we've invested heavily in providing you with best of class training for you in the manner that you're most comfortable with, be it on demand, be it live, be it on site, be it whatever. It's available to you. You know, that's including the mentoring that we offer, the virtual sales calls, all kinds of great stuff. We also offer, for qualified agents, access to CLIA training for free. We are a diamond level agency with CLIA, which means we get their training for free, so you can have that. But you can also get CLIA and IATAN cards once you've met the requirements. We have live help available 7 days a week. And again, and I emphasize this, a wealth of information is available to you from your peers. As much as Steve and I like to think we know everything, we don't. At the end of the day, having some fresh perspective on a given question, problem, concern, issue, whatever, is going to be of value to you long time. So now let's talk about my end of things down here, the geek speak, the technology. Obviously, I just mentioned Power Agent by Revlex, very powerful tool. We also feature Agent Studio websites with live booking engines. So Agent Studio provides you with a customizable website solution to which we add a live booking engine, which features over 100,000 pages of content, live inventory, and the ability for your client to research and book right there online. Is that important to you? Are people going to find you on Google and book a $10,000 vacation? Absolutely not. It's not going to happen. Anybody who's trying to sell you a website based on the notion that you're going to make money in your sleep is probably going to have you on an annual contract charging you $50 a month, and that's where they're going to make the majority of their money. So why on earth do we offer you a website with all this functionality and live inventory and stuff? Because at the end of the day, having a website today is kind of like wearing a suit to a meeting. Okay, it's just presumed that a professional, legitimate company is going to have a website, and a consumer is going to judge you by it. Okay, so we partner with Agent Studio to get you that content, specials, promotions, look and feel, and everything you need, and then married it with our live booking engine with all that inventory, so your client can go in there and see that you're a professional, that you've got a good-looking website. They can shop around and then call you, because ultimately that's the goal here, is for that client and you to connect in the real world, not just on two sides of a website, and start building that business relationship. So we offer you a free and a paid version of Agent Studio that lets you get out there and have that image that you want without breaking the bank and still delivering a best of breed technology to you. Then naturally, we're going to give you access to all the live vendor booking engines. We're going to give you access to all the third-party booking engines. Sorry about Consolidator Shop. I guess I should take that out, considering they went out of business. But you get the idea. We're going to give you access to everything you need, the My Booking, Genie, Moog, and so on, so that you can get out there and focus in on your business. We also offer a customized version of Clientease. If you want a little bit more robust functionality in terms of your CRM, we offer you a great deal with Clientease, where I think it's like $9 a month to have a one-stop shop business management solution available to you. Now let's talk a little bit about our vendor relationships. Here's one of the nice things about being one of the big boys. We're going to get top tier commissions with everybody. We're also going to get their attention when we have an issue, a concern, a question, something. As one of the top 3 hosts in North America, they're tripping over their own feet to help us out, because when you're having the kind of growth that we are, obviously you become pretty popular with your vendor partners. So as a result of that, we get up to 21% commission on travel, up to 37% commission on insurance. We give you access to thousands of exclusive vendor groups that we form and maintain for you. You're going to get access to key account resources. we're getting invited to presidential summits. We're hanging out with the big boys with our vendor partners, and as a result, you're going to have priority access to a lot of our vendor partners. We're gonna have special phone numbers that you can dial where you're going to go straight to the head of the line. We're going to have access to people, a few steps up from our BDM in case we got to run something up a little bit higher to get something done. We're also known by our vendor partners in the industry as being pretty low key. We don't squeak too much. We don't bug them too much. So when we do, they know it's legit. So you've got our size, you've got a reputation to help you have a little bit more leverage when you need it with a vendor partner. And that's something that's critical in distinguishing you in the market space, the fact that you can go a little bit further than a consumer can on Travelocity in terms of talking to decision makers and getting things done. And then, of course, lots of FAMs and on-site experience for training, as I mentioned, co-op opportunities, and direct access to our BDMs. Not a lot of hosts, in fact, most hosts do not give sales reps direct access to their agent community for many reasons, but they don't. We choose to give our BDMs direct access to you in our back office. They're not blowing up your email or calling you directly or anything like that, but anytime you need them, you can reach out to them and begin working with them with or without Steve or mine's intervention. That means that you can get in there, and if you develop a relationship with a rep and you need something done, go straight to them. If you don't have a relationship, you need an introduction, reach out to us, we can get you that introduction, then you can go. But at the end of the day, we're not going to restrict your access to our vendor partners or their representatives. Next, I really want to talk about our agent community because I believe that it's been instrumental in taking our agents to the next level in terms of competitive advantage in the travel industry. There's no lack of correlation here between the time that we rolled out this back office social environment and the time that our revenues started to go through the roof. So what is it? What's so important about it? Well, it connects you to a social network for travel professionals, much like Joni and Tom Ogg's home-based travel agent website does. We have that agent community, and it's integrated with your day-to-day business functions. So you log in, you're going to see specials, discussions, tools, boom, 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 and you're ready to get to work, everything in one place. And you can really engage with your colleagues out there. You can interact with them. So that you can garner information and insights and perspectives that you might not have just sitting there by yourself. You're going to see events and promotions in real time as they happen. You can connect your content in or out to Twitter, Facebook, and more. You can search everything that's been ever posted. We have over 250,000 pages of unique content, so there's a huge repository of travel-related information that's been sourced by people who have no reason to fib about what they're saying. There was a recent court case started against TripAdvisor indicating that by some estimates 22% of their reviews were spam, paid posts by companies of varying degrees of scrupulousness who go in there and post bad reviews about your competitors and good reviews about you. We don't allow that. So all the posts, all the information you're going to see is going to be from fellow travel professionals who went in there and posted because they simply wanted to be helpful. There was no agenda that they were on to go in there and post that information. So it's a huge resource of agent-generated content for you to go in there and take advantage of. And then you'll have your own customizable agent page where you can kind of spiff it up to kind of reflect your personality, put up your picture, and your friends can kind of see what you're up to and what you're doing, and so on. So at the end of the day, I can talk all day, ask anybody that knows me, but at the end of the day, the most important question here is, what's different? What are we doing that's different? Well, first of all, we're socially centered. And we've definitely gone the Google route in adopting the Web 2.0 mentality. It's very much a collaborative environment. We're very much a collaborative and cooperative organization. And it's just kind of that modern business mindset. And like I said, we're crowdsourced. We're not authoritarian by any means. And we're cloud-based, which means that, well, I'll tell you this. heaven forbid, our office could be leveled today, and it would take us exactly the amount of time it took me to get to the corner Starbucks to be 100% back in business. 100%. In fact, you folks would never even notice that the building was leveled. All of our data has been developed and housed in in enterprise class data storage facilities that are what they call Cat 6 compliant, which means that they should be able to withstand a hurricane, the types of which have not been described by science. So they're specifically designed to make your business as bulletproof as it can possibly be. Then we replicated all that technology, not in just one data storage facility, not in two, but in three separate data storage facilities and server maintenance facilities, such that if the East Coast and Midwest were leveled, the West Coast facility would still be online. And if the West Coast was leveled, East Coast would still be online. The bottom line here is that by being cloud-based, your data, your technology, your clients, your business is safe. And we're doing that without charging you a dime, which is pretty impressive if you think about it. At the end of the day, we strive to be cutting edge. I'm very big on bringing innovative products, technologies, and partners to you and growing products with them and with you to best address the most current needs of the travel industry today. I don't want to come to you with a technology that we started building 5 years ago and try to twist it up and make it work like it's something brand new. So we're very cutting edge. We're very much early adopters. This does not mean that we're bringing you half-finished products, but rather we're taking a shortcut to best-of-breed technology. At the end of the day, we're committed to you. Everybody says we're committed to you, right? Everybody says we love you. Everybody says we want to be your partner. Well, let me do this. My business partner's name is Steve Maraca. His cell phone number is 904-504-5623. My name is Chad Burt. My cell phone number is 316-7885. That's 904-316-7885. I challenge you to go call up one of my competitors, talk to one of the owners, see if you can't get their cell phone number so you can give them a quick call this weekend. By the way, Steve's a lot smarter than I am, so the vast majority of times you'll be calling a cell phone, you'll be calling Steve. I'm sorry, he's just a few feet from me. We get along really well, but when it comes to sales, he's the guy. So the technology, I'm here for you. At the end of the day, what we strive to be and what we have accomplished is we become the total package. There's not a host out there that can say that they offer more than we do, and they certainly can't say that they deliver it at a lower cost than we do. We really are the total package. So I encourage you to take advantage of that. So at the end of the day, like I said earlier, this isn't about us. Okay, this is just a brief presentation where I could just give you some high-level thoughts about who we are and what it is that we do. This presentation, in my mind, though, is much more about you folks than it is about us. So at this point, Sandy, if anybody has any questions, comments, input, anything they'd like me to address, great. I'd love to do that now.
Thank you, Chad. That was fantastic. Very, very impressive organization. We do have some questions, and I encourage our agents, if you have questions that you haven't asked, type them into the question panel, and we'll see how many we can get to. And first, I have a question, and that is, who is appropriate for outside agents? Is it for beginning agents? Is it for experienced agents? Who's your target agent?
I love this question. We are, to my knowledge, one of the only hosts in the industry that don't penalize new agents. We don't charge you more. We don't pay you less. We don't do anything. You're an agent. Okay. We believe that every agent on the planet had their first day on the job. Okay. All your $1 million producers had their first day on the job. Our philosophy is to identify those people in our organization that are swinging for the bleachers and help them hit that home run. So we are absolutely laser focused on developing agents overall. And so if you're an experienced agent and you've got 30 years worth of experience, great. I bet you we have some training and coaching that would benefit you. If you just woke up this morning and decided that you wanted to be a travel agent, I can guarantee you we have the training and support that you need to build your business. So to answer your question, Sandy, again, we're a buffet. Okay, and if you're a new agent, a seasoned agent, whatever, you're probably going to have a different appetite for what you want and need, and we're just here to provide it for you.
Fantastic. You mentioned quite a few different tools that you offer agents, and one of our agents wants to know if you have classes and training on how to use the different tools that you offer.
Absolutely. Here's what I know. I'll tell you guys a quick little bit of background about me. I got into technology because, well, I was a boy in the 80s, and a lot of us, were infatuated with computers. But my background, my educational background is in educational psychology. I really am a huge proponent of education. The difference between training and education. So I was told by professors in schools that you can train a dog, but you can only educate a human. So we want to get out there and teach you not just the nuts and bolts of how to use a tool, but why to use a tool and how to leverage that tool to maximize the return that you get on it. Be that in terms of improved efficiencies, profitability, brand image, whatever it might be, we want to help you get everything you can. So to answer your question, yes, we are training fanatics, and with all this technology, all these tools, all these resources, we're going to teach you how to use them.
One of the agents wants to know, with My Booking Genie, are there any concerns for ARC chargebacks from fraud for appealing to such a large audience?
Sure, absolutely. And this is a problem, chargebacks and disputes and fraud and whatnot is a problem that's pervasive in our industry. There's no doubt about it. So yes, by allowing your clients to promote your group space to individuals you don't know, yeah. But then again, individuals that you do know can do a chargeback. I will tell you this, Sandy. We've been in business a long, long time, spanning millions of transactions. To date, we've had 14 instances of credit card fraud that came back to be a problem for an agent. 14 out of nearly 10 million transactions. So the percentage, the amount of time this is an issue is infinitesimally small, and we've seen no increase in fraudulent transactions by using My Booking Genie. So yes, there's always exposure to credit card fraud, but no more so by any means when using My Booking Genie. In fact, I'll go a step further real quick if I can.
Sure.
My Booking Genie utilizes military-grade encryption to pass the client data to you. When it does that, it captures an IP address. It has a sign-off, electronic sign-off on terms and conditions, including disputes and cancellation policies, documentation requirements, and so on, such that you can argue a dispute more successfully than you might have been able to by taking a credit card number over the phone. Okay? When you take a credit card number over the phone, you have no evidence whatsoever that that client authorized that transaction, whereas when you do it through My Booking Genie, you have quite a bit of evidence supporting the fact that the client requested that transaction.
Wonderful. I hope that reassures the agent who asked that question. Another agent wants to know if you can just go over briefly again what the functionality is for an agent to get content out to Facebook.
Okay, so there's a few different things we can do. Getting content out to Facebook, there's a few different paths. One, through our partnership with Agent Studio, you can post content directly to your Facebook, Twitter, and other feeds. So you go to a page that has interesting content, you click your post to Facebook, boom, it goes out to your Facebook page. So that's a great thing. Also within our forum, certain content, about half of it is marked so that you can publish it outside of our environment. So you can take that content and push it out there. And then, of course, My Booking Genie features social network integration as well. So at the end of the day, you can push out as much as you want, but we also offer training on social media marketing and social media management that's going to tell you not to push out stuff as often as you might want to. Remember, you don't want to become noise to your client. So again, we're going to give you this buffet of content that you can push out to your clients however you like, and then we're going to try to teach you how to use it.
Okay, excellent. We have a question. How do you book trips if you are new and don't have a personal IATA card? Does outside agents offer one of the magic numbers that you can use to book?
Yes, all hosts are going to allow you to use their credentials. Typically, it's going to be a CLIA number, IATA number, their primary phone number, or a unique number that's assigned to them by the vendor. So booking is easy, not a problem. To be honest with you, the vendor doesn't particularly care what your name is. They care what credential the booking was made under. Okay. As far as obtaining cards, I want to be very clear that yes, we offer them, but we are very, very supportive of the industry's push to make sure that these cards go out to actual agents rather than to consumers who are trying to get a discount on travel. So we do very much support the training and sales requirements that are put out by those two organizations. And once you've met those requirements, we're happy to sign off on a card and get it out to you. So from day one, you'll be able to book using our credentials, but you'll have to make the booking requirements in order to get the clear IATAN card. If you're currently with another host, I can apply up to 50% of your sales from that previous host to the CLIA or IATAN sales requirements with our organization.
Okay, excellent. Do you also offer errors and omissions insurance? Insurance?
Yes. As a matter of fact, we do offer it. So let me kind of explain E&O insurance. Most hosts, if they're good at all, have an E&O insurance policy that covers the office. By definition, that means that it covers your actions, not your assets. Okay, so let me kind of define that. In most host agency agreements, especially if they're not charging a monthly fee, you can't benefit explicitly from it. Otherwise, you're going to run afoul of IRS regulations. So if all your host is doing is saying you're covered by E&O and you're not paying for it, what's going to happen is you're going to get sued. You're going to hire an attorney. You're going to pay out the settlement. When it's all done, you're going to file a claim and hope the insurance company reimburses you. Well, we all know that many lawsuits are more wars of attrition than actual battles, and they're just trying to get you to run out of money and give up. Okay, so to avoid those kind of situations, we do offer errors and omissions insurance for $19 a month, or if you bundle it with the website, it brings your cost down to about $5 a month. But for essentially $19 a month or less, you get a E&O insurance policy where you are a named insured. Now, how is that different than you getting sued, ponying up the money, then filing a claim? What that means is that as soon as a problem arises that will appear to exceed the deductible of $2,500, they're going to send in attorneys, they're going to fight the fight, and they're going to handle it. Kind of like your homeowner's insurance would deal with contractors and everybody else. As a named insured, you're going to have the advantage of the insurance company coming in and fighting the fight for you. So yes, it's available. By signing up with us, you're automatically covered, not as a named insured, but if you want to be a named insured, it's available to you for $19 a month.
Fantastic. In general, you mentioned a few things along the way in the webinar. What kinds of things will agents be paying extra for? I know you said client ease, the CRM is greatly discounted. What other kinds of things will agents have the option to pay extra for? And you mentioned a free or a paid website. What's the difference between those two?
Great question. Okay, so real quick, things that you might pay money for. One, E&O insurance, $19 a month. Websites, we have agent studio sites that are available to you for free, but they're limited. They're limited in the sense that they have limited customizability. You can upload a logo, your name, your phone number, and that's pretty much it. Okay, but your specials, content, promotions are going to be maintained for you, and there's going to be a hotel booking engine on it that does have an Expedia logo on it. It's going to be on your home page, and it only pays 5% commission instead of 10%. No big deal, but it's how they're free. Okay, those little bit of hotel bookings enable us to give you these websites for free. Then for $18 a month, $17.95 a month, you can have an agent studio website that's going to feature our live booking engine, which is 100% branded as you, that books all types of travel at full commission. It's also much more customizable in that you can add customized pages, you can link out to blogs, you can integrate it with your existing website, you can just do a lot more with it. To be honest with you, for $18 a month, it's about I think the best deal in the business today. But again, it's month to month, there's no annual contract, start today, quit tomorrow, you're in control. Then we have My Booking Genie, which is $55 a year. It's less than $5 a month. I've got to cover my server costs. That's all I'm trying to do with this. But it does give you the ability to make unlimited microsites. If you've got 1,000 groups and you want to make 1,000 microsites, go for it. If you've got one big group and you just want to manage it and promote it better, go for it. But for less than $5 a month, you get unlimited My Booking Genie microsites. Then we have the Out of Office Genie. Look, if one of your clients is in a pinch and they call my office and you're not accessible, we're going to do what we can to help them out. But if you want to have a dedicated, experienced agent that's going to be available there to help your clients with basically any time-sensitive issue while you're out of the office, then that is currently running about $5 a day. So what you do is you kind of go in there and you say, hey, I'm going to be on vacation for 5 days. You sign up, $5 a day is $25, and then you let us know what days, and then when you're good, you'll get a special phone number and a special email address that you can give to your clients. And when they contact us through those venues, we're basically going to be you, and we're going to help out your clients with those time-sensitive issues. Again, all of these are optional. Everything that you need to get out there and succeed with our program is available to you for free. But those are the paid options that you might want to enhance your package with.
Okay, and another question from a couple of people about Agent Studio and other websites. If agents already have a website, including an Agent Studio website, do they keep their own website if they join outside agents, or do they switch to a different one under your banner?
Well, you can do whatever you like. Again, I'm not here to tell you how to run your business. I'm trying to give people options. Okay, so what I recommend is if you're currently with Agent Studio, what you would do is you would sign up through us for Agent Studio. We would send you a little promo code. You would give that promo code to Agent Studio, and they would switch everything over to us as far as billing and all that kind of stuff. That would also queue us up to build out your live booking engine and show you how to embed it in your Agent Studio site.
Okay.
So yeah, if you have an Agent Studio website, nothing would change. You just give them a different promo code, and boom, you've got a live booking engine, and you're good to go.
Excellent. And we have time for one more question, but several agents have asked, and that has to do with selling airline tickets. Are you affiliated with any of the GDS systems? Can agents sell airline tickets? Are they commissionable? And can you sell international air?
Yes, and yes, but Lord, I hate air.
And what agent doesn't these days?
Yeah, okay, I've got to be brutally honest with you, okay? If I could give somebody $1 for every air ticket I didn't have to process, I'd pay that $1, okay? Air is not a huge money maker typically. That having been said, I'm not going to try to tell you to send your client down the road to a competitor to book air to get to that vacation that you just booked them. I'm not going to tell you to turn down your client, a good client of yours who just needs an air ticket this one time because they're not that profitable. Sometimes you got to kind of do a little more and hope that pays off down the road, right? So we're a non-GDS agency, but we have partnered with a GDS consolidator, Skybird, who powers our air booking through Power Agent. So at the end of the day, what you end up with is a web-based graphical interface through which you can book air, very little of which is commissionable domestically, but much of which is commissionable internationally. You can do that through Power Agent via Skybird, or we work with every major consolidator in the industry. So my most candid insight on this in reply to that question would be this. If you're a GDS agent, a corporate agent, and you're cranking out 50 plus air tickets a day, mine is not the best organization for you. Okay. If you need to book a few air tickets periodically, a few a day, 10 a day, whatever, we're going to be just fine for you. Okay. Our big focus has been, is, and always will be on the leisure end of things. And to us, air is just one of those, use the phrase, one of those necessary evils that you have to be able to offer. And of course, we give you the ability to do that.
Excellent. I urge all of our agents, if you have additional questions, you can see the outside agent's phone number at the top of the last slide, along with the website. And Chad, if you dare, can you give out your cell phone number again in case anyone has additional questions for you specifically?
Sure. My phone number is 316-7885. I'm the geek, so technology, business development, I'm happy to help you with. If it comes to sales, nuts and bolts of the organization, and something that a frontline sales manager and agent would better benefit you, Steve's phone number is 904-504-5623.
Excellent. Our guest today has been Chad Burt, co-owner of Outside Agents. Chad, thanks so much for that really illuminating webinar. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much, Sandy. I really appreciated being here.
And thank you to all of our agents for taking time out of your day to be with us today. And we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye now.